Welcome back to Oblivion. Everybody, Mental Fox here. Thanks for joining me again. Would you look at that view? It's a pretty cool view. That's a big selling point for the Imperial City. Come visit the Imperial City and enjoy the views from all around. Just beautiful. Did I hear a roar or something behind me? I'm not sure. Here's where we are on the map. In case you're curious, we are about halfway between the Imperial City over here and Weynon Priory. Why are we going to Weynon Priory? Well, we're going there to deliver an amulet. I should take the Amulet of Kings to Jauffre at Weynon Priory near the city of Cyrodiil. That is what we are doing. And it's a beautiful walk over here. Absolutely delightful. Except for that one bandit that we ran across on our walk over here. It's been very peaceful. And we took care of that bandit without too much trouble at all. Show that bandit who's boss. Oh, hey. Don't make me catch you on fire. I'm missing him. Need a way to slow down time. Some kind of freeze spell or something. But, I mean, look at my health. I'm fine. I could have swore I saw blood. But no, I'm totally fine. A bone and a wolf pelt. I could see the wolf pelt being worth something. But the bone, not so much. We'll leave the bone. And we'll leave this wolf here as a warning to other wolves. You see that, other wolves? Don't mess with me. I'll catch you on fire. So this is not the Priory. This is not marked on the map. Let's see if I zoom in. It's not even really... Is that the wolf's body right there? Is that what that is? I don't know. But whatever this structure is... Fort Ash. Is it on my map now? Oh, it is. Okay, cool. Alright, so there's stuff to be discovered. Not everything is on the map already. Okay. Fort Ash. Well, what kind of trouble can we get into here? We could get it. Oh dear. We get some monk's hood. And more of this summer bullet. Green stained cup. There's a door here. Old wooden door to Fort Ash. Now, of course I want to explore Fort Ash. But does it make sense for my character to go into Fort Ash right now? I don't think it does. I said my character's trying to stay on the down low at the moment. Trying to be as inconspicuous as possible. You know, he just escaped from prison. So, we'll come back to Fort Ash, don't you worry. Right now, we have a mission, and we intend on completing that mission. Apparently, picking flowers is fine. There's nothing illegal about picking flowers. We're just a normal traveler traveling between cities, picking plants and flowers as we see them. Tiger lily here. I remember when I first started playing Skyrim. I stopped and picked every plant I saw. I soon stopped doing that. Maybe not soon, but I did stop doing that eventually. Because I just found that crafting potions wasn't worth the effort, in my opinion. You can just find potions laying around. This game will probably be much the same. Well, there's a little building over here. Cyrodiil Farm. Again, I don't want to cause any trouble, so I'll be on my way. And I don't know, maybe at some point, but I heard something. There will be a quest that sends me to that farm or to that fort that we passed up. Just let the game unfold. That could be the Priory up there. A crossroads here, but no sign. Telling us what is in which direction. There's Weynon Priory. A little bit of A little bit of this, a little bit of that. So if we go into our inventory, and I go into everything, and I go to Novice, Mortar, and Pestle, I can take like I just picked up some fly and Amanita cap. This thing restores agility and has something called burden. Does that apply burden? Does that relieve my burden? I don't know. But if I took some of that, why did it completely leave my list over here? I guess because you can't pick it twice. And I found another one that also, whoops. Oh, now it's back up there again. Also restored agility and relieved my burden. Let's see, restore agility or relieve burden. Do I have anything else that does either one of those two things? Here's some summer bullet cap. I don't know. Is this it right here? Okay, so yeah, if I combined these two things, I would be able to create a restore agility potion. Which I guess is good. Let's go ahead and do it for fun. Okay. So we created a restore agility potion. Now I'd like to see it in my inventory. Restore agility right here. Restore agility on self. If we look at the details, well, we can see somehow we have this beautiful purple bottle. Don't know where this came from. Restore agility on self 1 point for 6 seconds? I don't know. This is Magicka. This is health. And I guess, is this agility? How does what's agility versus fatigue? I don't know. I don't know. I've arrived at Weynon Priory. Now I must take the Amulet of Kings to Jauffre. Okay, cool. And then I guess if we were to look at our journal, here, and then we inspect right over here. So the newest one is the farthest to the right. All of this has happened in the same day. This is all one day. Same day. What a day. Gonna need a drink. But like, just now, like looking, like when we were looking at our mortar and pestle, deciding what potions to make, really made me think, wow, I need more stuff. So I'm just going to help myself to their stuff here, which doesn't really go along with my staying inconspicuous, does it? I just come here and I help myself to their stuff. Do I go in? Kind of looks like it, doesn't it? Door to Weynon. I mean, do I just... I don't know. I don't feel right just walking in. Let's see if this guy can help us.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, Aranor. How are you?
I'm the shepherd here. Aranor's the name. And this is Weynon Priory.
Oh. Hey, have you heard any rumors?
I lived in the Imperial City for a while, but city life just isn't for me. I'm much happier in Coral.
Okay. I think I said Choral earlier. Okay, Coral. Do you know Jauffre?
If he's not sleeping or eating, he'll be fussing with his books, I reckon, over in the Priory house.
Can I just go on in? Is it okay with you?
Bye.
Bye. Oh, it's a horsey. Weynon Priory horse, so they don't have a name. Oh no, here's Prior Maberell's paint horse. Okay, so this one belongs to somebody, whereas these just belong to the Priory. I can't cook any food here. We picked up all that rat meat underground. I don't know if or when I'll be able to cook it up. I would imagine I'll be able to at some point. Ooh, my athletics have increased. Exciting. Oh, hold on. I tell you what, there is also, in my opinion, something very satisfying about picking plants. It's just the nicest little animation and the nicest little sound effect. So I'm not going to like go looking through their barrels here. I'm not going to steal from them. We'll see how long that lasts in my playthrough. We'll see. Okay, I hope it's okay that we just walked in here. Hello.
Yes. Can I help you?
My business is private or I must speak to Jauffre. Well, I mean, I don't know. Let's let him know we need to speak with Jauffre. I don't know why we have to keep our business private. I must speak to Jauffre.
He's upstairs.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Oh, thanks. Well, that was easy. Can we talk about something else?
What?
Oh. Tell me a little bit about Jauffre.
You'll most likely find him in the library.
What's this about the Order of Talos?
Our order works to spread the teachings and worship of the divine Talos. Surely you have heard of us. If not, I invite you to spend some time in our fine library. All are welcome here.
Cool. What do you know about the Blades?
The Emperor's elite knights. They dedicate themselves to Talos above and the Septims here on Earth. The loss of the Emperor must be a terrible blow to them.
And tell me about Weynon Priory.
The Priory is a chapter house of the Order of Talos. And with the last Septim Emperor dead and all his heirs... Tiber Septim is the god and patron saint of our order. And now his dynasty has come to an end. It's very painful. I was just here reading the Black Horse Courier about the assassination and looking through A Short Life. Uriel was an old man, a good man and a good emperor. Why would anyone want to kill him? And all his sons?
That's a question I don't have an answer to, bud.
Be seeing you.
See ya. So he was reading, oh. Am I allowed to read this stuff? I mean, it's in red. So, I mean, I just want to read it. I don't want to steal it. So I'm going to head F5 here as I learn the rules of the game.
I have a moment. What is it?
No, I'm good. So if I try to read this, will it make him angry? The Black Horse Courier, Special Edition, Emperor and Heirs Assassinated. Elder Council named as Regents. Emperor Uriel Septim VII is dead at the age of 87, having ruled Tamriel for 65 years. He was killed by assassins unknown. At the same time, in separate locations, the late Emperor's 3 sons and heirs, Crown Prince Geldol 56, Prince Enman 55, Prince Ebel 53, were slain by other assassins. An investigation into the identity and motives of the assassins is underway, but the Outer Council, Imperial Guard, and Blades Guard have forbidden the publication of reports and rumors concerning the event until further notice. By ancient precedent, the Elder Council rules the Empire until a new emperor is crowned. No direct heirs survive, and the Council has proposed no list of candidates. Chancellor Okato, Imperial Battle Mage, speaking for the Elder Council, presented an appeal to the Empire's citizens for calm, and asked that the people remember the Emperor, his sons, and the Elder Council in their prayers. See, this, I don't know, my brain immediately goes to thinking that the Elder Council as a whole, or somebody in the Elder Council, is responsible for the assassination because they want power. And then the first name that's mentioned here, Chancellor Okato, an Imperial Battle Mage, makes me suspicious of him. I could be totally wrong, and I hope I am. I hope it's not that obvious. But there's my first, oh, I can't think of the right word right now. My brain isn't working. The first person or people who I think might be guilty. Emperor Uriel's early reign was marked by peace and prosperity. The Empress Kalavoria bore him 3 healthy sons, was a loving companion to the Emperor, and a great favorite of the people. However, the Emperor and the Empire suffered terribly during the Imperial Simulacrum, 3rd Era 389 to 399, when he was held captive in Oblivion while the usurper Yagar Tharn assumed his appearance and ruled in his stead. Pretty sure I remember that name from when I played Skyrim. Emperor Uriel was finally rescued and restored, and the impostor defeated by the agency of the sorceress Rhea Silmain and her shadowy protege. But the affairs of the empire were in great disorder, and Empress Calavoria, exhausted by her ordeal, withdrew from public life. The decades following the restoration were once again peaceful and prosperous, but increasing political tensions among the petty states of northwest Tamriel finally erupted in the Wars of the Iliac Bays, resulting in the establishment of the modern borders of Daggerfall, Sentinel, Wayrest, and Orsinium, and culminating with the remarkable events associated with the Warp in the West. Man, I don't know any of this stuff. The latter years of the Emperor's reign have seen a flourishing of imperial influence in the provinces, and with the fortunate resolution of the religious wars and the Vardenfell crisis, and with the wise and firm guidance of King Helseth and his mother Queen Baranziah, there's a name I know, an extension of high imperial culture even into the more remote parts of Morrowind. The Emperor's murder and the murder of his 3 sons is a terrible crime and a great tragedy for the Empire. Battle Mage Okato assures us that all the resources of the Outer Council, the legions, the Guard, the Arcane University, and the Imperial Battle College are being employed to bring the assassins to justice. But in the meantime, the greatest tribute we citizens can offer to the memory of our beloved Emperor is to go earnestly and diligently about our daily affairs, honoring the life of the great empire he loved so much and served so faithfully for so long. So I'm not going to take this because it would be stealing, but, you know, it was just laying on the table. There's nothing, no harm in reading something that's just lying on the table. And by the way, if you've never watched one of my Let's Plays before, you should know that I like to read. I like to read pretty much everything I come across in the game. There are books in the game, like the Life of Uriel Septim VII. I will, if I can, I will pick up the book and put it in my inventory, and I will save it until the end of the episode to read it, because a lot of people don't like to stick around while I read for some reason. Some people do, some people don't. So if I find a book in an episode, I'll usually wait till the end of the episode to read it. But since I can't pick this one up, I'm not sure what I'll do. But we've got crumpled pieces of paper here, and we've got a letter to Mother, which is none of our business, but it's just laying here on the table. I mean, if my eyes glance over and I happen to read it, I mean, what are you going to do? Mother, please don't worry. The Elder Council knows what it is doing. Uriel was an old man. They knew he wouldn't live forever, and I'm sure they had plans for the succession. Of course, now with the 3 princes dead, it's not clear who will be the next emperor, but it's happened before. There are precedents, I'm sure. And anyway, Okato and the council have been running the empire for the past 15 years anyway, so there's nothing to worry about. Everything will be fine. I don't know what you've read or heard, but here at the Priory, everyone seems to think it must have been madmen or witches or crazy cultists. It doesn't look at all political. It's horrible and depressing, but the empire will survive. There will not be rioting or civil war or another warp in the West. So please, if you like, go stay with Uncle Cor and Aunt Hera and the farm for a while, but I'm certain you'll be perfectly safe in the city. I'll try to get down to visit as soon as possible, and I hope to hear from you soon. Your loving son, Piner. What's his name?
What is it?
We don't know what his first name is. Sounds like he's getting a little impatient with us, I feel like. Each interaction with him seems a little shorter and snippier. Boy, these are seems like some steep stairs.
Yes.
Oh, here's Brother Piner. Okay, so that was the note to his mother there.
Welcome, good citizen.
Thanks.
I'm Brother Piner, and this is Weynon Priory, a monastery. Can I help you?
Well, what's this about now? Anvil Chapel attack? I think we heard people mention this as we were sneaking through the city. I think I heard people mention the Anvil Chapel attack. Let's ask him about it.
Things go from bad to worse nowadays. Priests murdered on the chapel altar. Oh, what next?
Quest added pilgrimage. Okay. What do you know about Jauffre?
Oh, yes. He'll be in the Priory house somewhere.
And the Order of Talos?
We are a monastic order devoted to divine Talos, who was the mortal Tiber Septim, the founder of the Empire.
Okay. And, Prophet, this is the note that we picked up in the city that I wasn't able to find in my inventory or in my journal or anything. Somebody talked about a prophet, and up here it said something about note added prophet. So I guess this is it. Let's mention the prophet.
He seems to be different than your usual self-proclaimed holy man. Maybe what he says is true. That the attack on the Chapel of Dibella is just the beginning of an assault on the church itself.
Quest updated pilgrimage, okay. Tell me about the blades.
Like members of my order, the blades are devoted to the divine Talos. We honor them for their dedication and devotion.
All right. Nice talking to you, Brother Piner.
Bye.
Bye. That guy's voice is familiar. He was no doubt a voice actor in Skyrim. Well, let's take a look at our quests here. So we have one called Pilgrimage now. I love how it tells us the last entry up here. That's nice. I've arrived at Weynon Priory. Oh no, whoops. And they changed order. I've heard of a mysterious prophet who preaches outside the desecrated chapel of Dibella in Anvil. I should find out if he knows anything about who attacked the chapel and why. Now, why? Why is this a quest for us, for our character? What does this have to do with our character? Maybe our character thinks, if I do this, maybe I'll atone for whatever sins put me in jail in the first place. Or maybe, I don't know, I'll get points with the local authorities and not have to worry about being arrested again. I don't know. It just seems weird that my character would be interested in this. Yeah. Oh. Well, there's Jauffre right there. He's got a book, Trials of St. Alessia, in front of him. And then, lots of books over here, but it does appear as though that it would be stealing if I were to take one of these, so I'm not going to. So Jauffre is just enthralled in his book that he's reading there. He doesn't even seem to notice that we've walked in. So here we are. Let's talk to Jauffre.
I'm Brother Jauffre. What do you want?
What do you want? The Emperor sent me to find you.
Emperor Uriel? Do you know something about his death?
I was there when he died.
You'd better explain yourself. Now.
Oh, okay. This is all we could say. He gave me the Amulet of Kings. I swear I didn't steal it off of his dead body after I killed him.
You brought me the Amulet of Kings? This cannot be. Let me see it.
Let's give him the amulet. Don't have any other choice.
By the Nine! This is the Amulet of Kings. Who are you? How did you get this? What do you know of the Emperor's death?
I mean, I agree. It's all very suspicious, and if I were Jauffre, I would look at me and think, you killed him. You're the assassin. But if that were the case, why would I bring him the amulet? Let's tell him the Emperor's last words.
As unlikely as your story sounds, I believe you. Only the strange destiny of Uriel Septim could have brought you to me carrying the Amulet of Kings.
Oh. So who is the Prince of Destruction anyway?
The Prince of Destruction he referred to is none other than Mehrunes Dagon, one of
Nice.
the lords of the demonic world of Oblivion. The Emperor's words, "Close shut the jaws of Oblivion," certainly suggest that he perceived some threat from Oblivion. But all the scholars agree that the mortal world is protected from the Daedra of Oblivion by magical barriers.
Okay. So then how can Oblivion threaten us?
I'm not sure. Only the Emperors truly understand the meaning behind the rituals of coronation. The Amulet of Kings is ancient. Saint Alicia herself received it from the gods. It is a holy relic of great power. When an emperor is crowned, he uses the amulet to light the dragon fires at the Temple of the One in the Imperial City. With the emperor dead and no new heir crowned, the dragon fires in the temple will be dark for the first time in centuries. It may be that the dragonfires protected us from a threat that only the Emperor was aware of.
I don't know, it seems like a bit of a stretch, but okay. So the Emperor asked me to find his son. Did he? I thought he said that Jauffre would be the one who would know where his son was. I don't know. The Emperor asked me to find his son.
I am one of the few who know of his existence. Many years ago, I served as captain of Uriel's bodyguards, the Blades. One night, Uriel called me into his private chambers. A baby boy lay sleeping in a basket. Uriel told me to deliver him somewhere safe. He never told me anything else about the baby, but I knew it was his son. From time to time, he would ask about the child's progress. Now, it seems that this illegitimate son is the heir to the Septim throne, if he yet lives.
Well, there's another suspect. That's the word I was trying to think of before. A suspect in the murder, right? This illegitimate son. He's like, hey, wait a minute. If I kill the Emperor and the three princes, I'm next in line. So he's a suspect. Where can I find Uriel's son?
His name is Martin. He serves Akatosh in the chapel in the city of Kvatch, south of here. You must go to Kvatch and find him at once. If the enemy is aware of his existence, as seems likely, he is in terrible danger. And please, let me know if there's anything you need. My resources here are limited, but I will help in any way I can.
Can you maybe send the Blades there to protect the guy? If if he's in such danger? Maybe do that? He mentioned a lot of stuff here. I'm gonna start with the Blades because I really feel like he should send the Blades to protect this guy. I mean, I know that you're one of the only few people who knows of his existence and where he lives, but it's time to let that cat out of the bag, dude. If you're worried that the bad guys if the bad guys know where he lives, then you got to tell the Blades where he lives too, so the Blades could go and try to protect him. So let's see what he says about the Blades.
Yes. Boris told you right. I am the Grand Master of the Blades. We serve the Emperor and the Septim bloodline. Talos is our patron. You wonder to find me here? Discretion is our watchword. Only a few of us have the honor to serve publicly in the Imperial Guard.
Okay. Well, tell me a little bit about this Amulet of Kings.
It will be safest here with me. When you return with Martin, we will figure out our next move.
Can you offer some assistance?
I keep a few things here in my chest to resupply traveling blades.
Ooh.
Help yourself to whatever you need.
Oh, okay. That was awesome. That was awesome. I loved that. Instead of just magically not being stealing anymore, he actually walked over there. Wow. Well, we're going to help ourselves to these potions of healing, potion of respite, potion of sorcery. Here is a shock scroll, I believe. I'm going to take his arrows. I'm going to take his bow. I'm going to take these potions. And I wish I could compare this to what I'm currently wearing, but I have to think that this is going to be better than what I'm currently wearing. However, if I am a mage, shouldn't I be wearing like a light or a medium armor instead of a heavy armor? I don't know if that's important in this game or not. But if I were to look at what I'm currently wearing, got my dukes up. Currently wearing a rusty iron cuirass and rusty iron greaves. We got to get rid of these, man. We can't be walking around with this rusty stuff if we're doing important business. Makes us look suspicious. Makes us look poor. That's suspicious. So I'm going to take the leather stuff because I feel like that makes more sense for a magic user. And something I'm noticing. Oh, here we go. Can I put the rusty iron cuirass in this box? Store. Oh, I can. I'm going to trade him here. Yes. Okay. So, I have rough leather boots and leather boots. The rough leather boots offer better protection than the leather boots, but look at the health of the item. So I'm going to put the rough leather boots away and wear these leather boots instead. And I don't need these fur boots or this fur cuirass anymore. And I don't need these wrist irons. We're going to store those in here too. So it's a trade. We traded with him. That's what we did. So now... okay. Oh, whoops. I need to remap that key. Now if I look at my character, I'm naked. Don't ask me how that quiver is attached to our back there. I don't want to know. So we're going to put on our boots, our cuirass, and our greaves. That looks pretty good. Right? Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. We don't look like we just escaped from jail anymore. That's not bad. Not bad at all. And you know, I should probably be walking around with a shield. Oh, why doesn't it show the shield over here? That's disappointing. Does it show it here? Yeah, it does. Okay. Yeah, I mean, surely we could walk around with a shield while we cast spells with our right hand. But hit F5 after all that. He has a few more things to say, I believe.
Your first priority now should be to find Martin and bring him back here.
Assistance again?
I don't have much here at hand, but you're welcome to anything you need from my chest in the reading room. Prior Maberel and Brother Piner may also be able to help. You should speak to them about it if you haven't already.
Okay. I'd like to talk about Boris. Last I saw, he was still alive.
One of the youngest blades ever to serve in the Emperor's personal guard. I am glad to hear that he survived, but I fear he will take the Emperor's death particularly hard.
Yeah, he seemed pretty bummed about it. You mentioned something about dragonfires?
The coronation of each new Emperor is sealed when he uses the Amulet of Kings to light the dragonfires in the Temple of the One. The dragonfires of Kvatch remain lit until the death of the Emperor. His successor then lights them anew upon ascending to the throne. With Emperor Uriel dead and no successor crowned, the Temple of the One will be dark for the first time in centuries.
Centuries? Really? Tell me a little bit about the Elder Council.
The Elder Council rules in the Emperor's absence by ancient tradition. Chancellor Akato heads the Elder Council and is the closest thing the Empire has to a leader right now. But the Blades answer only to the Emperor, of course. We are not an arm of the government.
Interesting. So the Blades are kind of rudderless right now, it seems. Tell me a little bit more about Martin.
He is a priest in the chapel of Kvatch in Kvatch. He never knew that he was Uriel Septim's son. We need to find him at once and bring him safely back here.
Okay, so maybe he's not a suspect if he doesn't even know that he was Uriel Septim's son. Plus he's a priest. And finally, Mehrunes Dagon, a name I remember from my Skyrim playthrough.
The Daedra Prince of Destruction, an inveterate foe of all mortal races. He was involved with Jagar Tharn's plot against the Empire years ago. It doesn't surprise me to find his hand in the current calamity.
Awesome. All right, nice talking with you, Jauffre.
Waste no time. You must find Martin before the enemy does.
Well, he told us not to waste any time. But he did say we could talk to these guys to see if they had anything they could give us to help us.
What?
What? Yeah, Jauffre said that you might be able to offer some assistance? Maybe some gold or something?
Here, perhaps you will find this useful. One of the books I saved from my Blades training. You go into danger. Jauffre didn't tell us any more than that, but know that our prayers go with you.
So Jauffre doesn't even tell these guys about Uriel Septim's illegitimate son. Tell me a little bit more about the Order of Talos?
It isn't widely known, but many brothers of the Order of Talos are also members of the Blades. Chapter houses of the Order, like Weynon Priory, provide safe houses for traveling Blades as well as our more public religious functions. Blades who are too old for the active service often join the Order as lay brothers. We are honored to have Grand Master Jauffre, or Brother Jauffre as he prefers, as a resident here.
Cool. Tell me a little bit more about the Blades?
The Blades are closely linked to the Order of Talos. We both serve Talos, of course, and many of our brothers are former Blades. I myself was training as a blade when I received the call to serve Talos in a different way.
Awesome, dude. Nice talking to you.
Be seeing you.
Yeah. So he gave us a book. Books. Yes, are they under miscellaneous? If so, that miscellaneous is going to get pretty messy. Yep, sure enough, here's a book. So, like I said, if I remember, I will read this book at the end of this episode. And then the guy downstairs, just out of curiosity. Like, this is where these dudes sleep. Enough room for 4 beds. Those are really narrow mattresses. So, does Brother Jauffre sleep in the same room with these dudes? And if so, which bed is his? So, like, all right, you're Brother Jauffre. You're the head dude here, the head brother. You get to choose the best bed. What's the best bed in this room? What do you think? I think they all kind of suck. Thinking, I don't know, maybe one by the window here, but then you've got this guy right across from you. But I mean, this one's the furthest one away, but it's also the closest one to the entrance. So oddly enough, I kind of like this one. Maybe it's because it's furthest away from the entrance. This one here is probably the most private because it's furthest away from... I don't know. This one is actually the furthest one away, but I like that one the best. I don't know why. And interesting, it looks like the pillow is here. I wouldn't have thought to put my head here. I would have put my head here. Maybe this is the bed I take. Anyway, I like to think of the... Oh, excuse me, sir.
Hello.
Hello. I like to think of the reality of the places I visit in video games. See if they're, like, plausibly realistic. Prior Mayborell.
I know that you are on an important mission for the Blades. Please, if you need a horse, take mine from the Priory stables.
We have a horse. That is a generous offer. Thank you.
Go with Talos's blessings. Do not fail.
We have a horse. Wow. Okay. I'm excited. Let's take a look again here at our quests, because we had quite a few of them updated there. Find the heir. So, oh, okay. When I click on it, it activates it. I see. Completed quests. Okay, good. Good. I found Jauffre and gave him the Amulet of Kings. The Emperor's words to me filled him with foreboding. Mehrunes Dagon, the Lord of Destruction, is one of the princes of Oblivion, the demonic world. So Oblivion is the demonic world. Well, there you go. That's good to know. Jauffre fears that with no emperor on the throne, the Daedra from Oblivion may be able to invade our world. Wow. That is awesome. That is awesome. Okay. And then our new quest is find the heir. Jauffre told me that the Emperor has an illegitimate son named Martin, who is currently serving as a priest in the chapel of Akatosh in the city of Kvatch. I must proceed to Kvatch at once and bring Martin safely back to Weynon Priory. Okay, so if we look at our map, where is Kvatch? Kvatch is down here. And this is, you know, beeline as the crow flies, but we'll take the path on our horse. That's what we're going to do. And again, we have a very important mission. There's no time to dilly-dally. There's no time to stop and enjoy the sights. We need to get to Kvatch and to this guy at once. Oh, crap, it's nighttime. There were beds in here, but none of them were... They didn't look like they were available for me to sleep in. I would prefer to rest the night and not travel in the dark. Yeah, it's 8:40 p.m. So there were 4 beds, but 3 people here. But unfortunately... Oh, this bed is not taken. Neither is that one. Or that one. That's weird. This is the only one that's shown as taken. We're going to go ahead and sleep in the bed that I said I wanted to sleep in. We're going to sleep until morning time. Get a good 8 hours of sleep. I don't know what time the sun comes up. But is it up at 4:48? I mean, it still looks like it might be dark outside. Hello. I'm okay, dude. Oh, no. Are you going to bed? What the? Hey, see, I told you that was the best bed. That is the highly sought after bed. That's the best bed. Wait a minute now. Huh. It's like I can't sleep in this bed now.
Well,
isn't that weird? Oh, okay. Early morning for you. All right, let's see what it looks like outside. It's okay if we get an early start on the day. It's fine. We got our 8 hours of sleep. Okay. Still dark. Prior Mayburl's paint horse. I'm going to hit F5 before I jump on this horse. This is all new. Excuse me. So, I don't know if it's because of how I have my keys mapped, but I can't seem to get this horse to go to the right. I guess I can kind of like, okay, maybe this is how I work the horse. But like, if I press my key to strafe left, the horse will do that. And if I press the key to strafe right, the horse still does this. So I don't know what's up. But if I go like this, I can control the horse. We've got a little sign here pointing to Bruma and Imperial City that way. But, oh wow, I am totally going in the wrong direction. Yeah, don't want to do that. We want to go down this way, so I need to turn this horse around. And go... Looks like we're going to turn right a little bit. And then go down the hill. Okay. So we're going for a little walk on the horse. This will prevent me from stopping and picking up plants. Which maybe is a good thing. It looks like I actually want to turn left here to stay on this road. So I wonder if my horse has stamina or fatigue. I need to worry about her getting tired. Look at this guy, he's got a torch. So I'm feeling a little bit less conspicuous now. Can I talk to him?
Trouble?
No. Have you heard any rumors?
Anvil is all in an uproar. First the chapel attacked, now the prophet ranting about the end of the world.
I saw the Gray Fox poster. Any leads?
He's that thief that the Imperial Watch are always going on about. He likes to steal from rich folk.
I don't know who Hieronymus Lex is. What's this all about?
Yeah, I've heard of him. Isn't he a soldier or a guardsman in the Imperial City?
I don't know.
Farewell, citizen.
Farewell. Fare thee well. Yeah, I kind of like traveling by horse here. It's faster than walking, although I did enjoy walking. Oh crap, that guy's trouble. Let's try to get away from him. Did you see the way he snuck over behind me? I'm not looking to get any trouble, especially with that guard there. Ah! Oh, I meant, no. I thought it was going to tell me that he ran out of stamina, but no, I just moved my cursor there. Wonder if that guy's chasing me. The lighting is real nice. Okay, I guess the guy gave up. But it did, you saw him, right? It did look like he was sneaking up behind me. Like he was up to no good. Let's see where we are on the map. Okay, good. So So we're going to go here, and I'm going to try to take the roads this way. Over here through Skingrad. Ooh. Over to Kvatch. That's the plan. Got a sharp switch back here. Fort Nickel. Will that show up on my screen? Oh, look at the lighting. Look at that beautiful shot. Wow. Okay. Okay, I don't think I want to turn right on this road. I want to go here and go this way, I think. There's a sign here. Can I read it? It says Imperial City this way. Whoops. Whoopsies. This horse only wants to turn left. I don't know if there are separate keys that I need to map for the horse. But yes, I remap my keys. I can't use WASD. I just can't. I cannot do it. Here we go. Sign for Skingrad and Kvatch. Uh-oh.
Who's there?
Whoa. What are you doing? Whoa. Whoa. Let's see if we could just get around. So let's run away from him. I ain't messing with you and your magic. Oh, crap. I don't know if this is the right way to go. Can be. I think we're all right. Oh, he's still coming at me. So it looked like he conjured a goblin or something. Not sure which. Okay, I'm going to just go straight here. Across this rickety-looking bridge. Hope it could hold me and my horse. Look, still chasing me. Look at that. Look. Buddy, I don't think you're going to be able to catch me on this horse. I cannot believe how different this game looks from Skyrim. Now, Skyrim I played with... I was heavily modded Skyrim, trying to make it look more modern. But this is a different level entirely, I feel like. Beautiful. I mean, it makes me kind of want them to do the same thing to Skyrim here in a couple of years. Remaster Skyrim so it looks like this. Gotta keep my eye on the map here to make sure that I'm not getting off course. Apparently there's a cave nearby. I'm not sure how... I mean, it's very, very early in my playthrough, right? But I'm not sure how exploring caves is going to fit in with my character's motivations. But I'll think of something. Definitely want to explore as much as possible. But right now we have a job to do. An important job. Okay, it doesn't really matter which way we go here. They're both going to go to the same path. Huh. You see that? Next to Kvatch? How do I get off this horse? There we go. I hope that guy isn't chasing me anymore. Look. Why are there 3 slashes next to Kvatch? Not sure what activate means. Enjoy the sounds of the forest here. But isn't that interesting? There's 3 slashes there. What does that mean? Are those supposed to be like claws, like some kind of creature swiped at it and left 3 claw marks? Are they just hash marks? Somebody marked 3 hash marks there for some reason. I don't know. But I don't think I saw those 3 marks on the other signs. Seems like I would have noticed it before. What is this? Oh, what the hell is that? What is that thing? Oh my gosh, a wolf? Go fight those things for me, will you? Thanks. He's going to take care of those things for me. Appreciate it, buddy. That's great. Look at that. I think I still see the thing. Nope. I think he got him. I think he got both of them. Let's see here. Nice work, dude. Got both of them. Sure did. The wolf and that flying thing. Are you okay? Hey man, you alright?
Can I help you?
Heard any good rumors?
The Emperor is dead, and so are his heirs. We're a legion without a leader. The Blades were trusted with our Lord's protection, and they failed.
They did indeed fail. That they did.
Carry on.
I saw. They were kind of terrible at their job. Wolf. Let's take that wolf pelt. Look at the value to weight ratio. It's 10. It's pretty good. And then, where was the other thing that he killed? Oh, an imp. Imp gall. Ooh, look at that value to weight ratio. That's on a different level. All right. This looks like, well, except for that imp there, this looks like a good place to stop and end this episode. Dude is fighting that imp, man. All right. So I'm going to end the play of this episode here. So if you're not interested in sticking around while I read this book, no hard feelings. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to leave a like or a comment. But for those of you who do want to hear me read a book, let's do it, man. Let's read a book. We're going to read The Warp in the West. 23 pages. We may not read this whole book right now. Maybe we'll spread it out over a couple of episodes. I do like that it tells me how many pages there are, though. We'll see how many pages we get through. The Warp in the West, a report compiled by Ulvius Tarot, Blades Archivist. Secret for your eyes only. Let me offer my congratulations to your lordship for your recent appointment as ambassador to the court of Wayrest. Your lordship asked me for a review of existing Blades accounts from 3rd Era 417 concerning the warp in the West, and for a summary of the current state of affairs there. Since your lordship was in Black Marsh serving in the staff of Admiral Sosorius at the time, you probably know of these events only from imperial proclamations and chapel declarations, which identify this period as the Miracle of Peace. During the Miracle of Peace, according to official accounts, the formerly war-racked Iliac Bay region was transformed overnight from a patchwork of squabbling duchies and petty kingdoms into the peaceful modern counties of Hammerfell, Sentinel, Wayrest, and Arsenium. The Miracle of Peace, also known as the Warp in the West, is celebrated as the product of the miraculous interventions of Stendar, Mara, and Akatosh to transform this troublesome region into peaceful, well-governed imperial counties. The catastrophic destruction of landscape and property and the large loss of life attending upon this miracle is understood to have been tragic and beyond mortal comprehension. Inasmuch as this account confirms and validates the current borders of these counties and identifies the rulers and boundaries of these counties as ordained by the Nine, the Miracle of Peace serves imperial objectives of peaceful consolidation of ancient petty states and sovereigns into manageable imperial jurisdictions. The other remarkable features of these events, mass disappearances, armies mysteriously transported hundreds of miles or completely annihilated, titanic storms and celestial phenomena, apparent local discontinuities of time, fit comfortably into the notion that these events are part of a vast, mysterious divine intervention. However, this is only the public account of these events, and as you may suspect, it conflicts with many other accounts. In short, while this explanation suits imperial policy, it has little historical validity. Your lordship should know that the Blades have concluded there is no plausible historical account of these events and despairs that a plausible historical account shall ever be produced. The Blades have concluded that a miracle occurred insofar as the events are inexplicable, but the Blades strongly doubt the miracle was of divine origin. There is good reason to believe that the ruling families of the 4 modern Iliac Bay counties had forewarning of the event. There is also some evidence that some of these ruling families may have been directly or indirectly responsible for the event. We do not know the exact sequence of actions that produced the event, although we are confident that the totem artifact was involved, and that a Blades agent was involved in employing that artifact. We unfortunately lost contact with that agent immediately after the event. His report might have gone some way to resolving the contradictory and paradoxical accounts of the event. The Blades have on file few reports from agents dating from the Warp in the West period. Most of our agents were lost in the initial dislocations, and others were lost in the confusion after the event. I present a few of these reports to give you a general sense of their limitations, including the report of your diplomatic predecessor, Lord Strail. You will have had access to other private and rumored accounts of the period. I believe you will agree that these documents raise more questions than they answer. The report of Hammerfell agent Briarbird. I was on assignment in the Alikir Desert, a few miles south of Bergama on the 9th of Frostfall. I was encamped, as it was still early morning, when I felt the ground shake so violently. I was thrown to the ground, dazed. I was aware of a great roar of a sandstorm, which alarmed me, as I had been on a high dune and had seen nothing like that on the horizon. It was on me before I was even on my knees, burying me and my camp. When I crawled my way out of the sand, I realized that I must make haste and get to Bergama as soon as possible, as all my food and water had been swept away. The sun was just rising as I began, like I said. When I reached Bergama, it was nightfall. The town was in chaos, filled with the soldiers of Sentinel. The lord of Bergama's fortress was in ruins. There had been an attack, but no one had seen it, only the invasion that followed it. The soldiers of Queen Akarethi of Sentinel refused to be interviewed about how they had accomplished this sneak attack, but I came to learn that the whole of northern Hammerfell now belonged to them. Even stranger, I discovered that my walk from sunrise to sundown had not taken me not 1 day, but 2. It was now the 11th day of the month, not the 10th. I had lost a day somewhere, and so apparently had everyone else, except Akarethi's soldiers, who somehow were aware of the current date. I since have concluded that they had received advanced warning and so were better prepared to deal with the strange confusion of time and dates associated with the warp. The report of High Rock agent Grey Lady. I was at the time of the warp undercover as a witch in the Skeffington Coven of Firgias in central High Rock. In order to give my report, I had volunteered for an expedition to gather supplies, which would allow me the freedom to reach my contact in Camlorn. I was traveling northeast along the foothills of the Rothgarian Mountains on the 9th of Frostfall when I felt a great heat behind me like a fire. I turned, but I regret to say I cannot tell you what I saw. The healers tell me my eyes were burned out of my sockets. I think I must have fallen into a state of semi-consciousness, for I distinctly remember falling as the ground seemed to give way beneath me. Then there was a series of explosions in the distance to the south, and I heard high whistling noises that were getting louder, coming closer. I had my shield with me and fortunately anticipated that volleys of some sort were falling from the sky. Though I could not see them, I could hear them coming from a distance away and was able to use my shield to block them from striking me. The assault stopped suddenly, and I could smell smoke. I learned later that most of the forests of Ikalan and Phigius had caught fire in an inferno that started further south in Dania and the Elessen Hills. Fortunately, I kept my bearings and moved north, finally reaching a temple in the wilderness where my wounds were healed as well they could be. It was there I learned that there had been a three-way clash between Daggerfall, Wayrest, and Orsinium not far from where I had been, and that the land midway between their kingdoms had been decimated. Well, I think that's a perfect place to stop. At the end of the next episode, we will continue on with the Warp in the West. Thank you all so much for joining me on this episode. I sure do hope that you have enjoyed it. If you did, why don't you let me know? Leave me a like or a comment if you're not a subscriber. Won't you please consider subscribing and maybe click the bell icon so you're notified whenever I post a new episode. Thank you all so much for joining me on this episode. I sure do hope you join me again in the next one.